How's your morning going?
Oh, pretty good actually. Smiles. I'm excited about this. I was just thinking about something today.
Yeah? What's on your mind?
Well, I was at the grocery store earlier, and I saw this woman trying to ask the worker something in English, and she looked so nervous, laughs a little, like really nervous. And I remembered that feeling?
Nods. Oh, yeah, I know exactly what you mean. That feeling when you want to say something, but you're worried about making a mistake?
Yes, exactly. And I thought, you know what? This is something so many people struggle with. People want to speak English, but they feel shy or scared or worried.
Leans forward. That's actually really important because I think a lot of English learners have this problem. They study and study, but then when they need to actually talk to someone, they just freeze.
Right, and I've been there too. When I was learning Spanish, I was so shy to speak it out loud.
Laughs. Wait, you speak Spanish?
Oh, yeah. I lived in California for a few years, and I really wanted to learn Spanish. But the first time I tried to order food in Spanish at a restaurant, shakes head. I was sweating. I was actually sweating. Laughs.
No way, really?
Yes, laughs. The worker was so nice and patient, but my mind just went blank. I forgot like half the words I'd studied.
That's so relatable, though. I think everyone feels that way. Let me introduce myself first, because people watching might not know who I am. I'm from Texas, and I'm an English teacher. I teach both kids and adults.
And I'm from Boston, but I've lived in a lot of different places. And I work as a communication coach, so I help people with public speaking and, talking in front of groups.
Smiles, which is perfect because we're going to talk about something we both know really well, being shy when you speak.
Exactly. And I think what's important to say first is that shyness is normal. It's okay to feel shy.
Yes, points. That's so important. A lot of people think that if they feel nervous or shy about speaking English, something is wrong with them. But that's not true.
Not at all. Even native English speakers get nervous sometimes. I get nervous, laughs. Just last week, I had to give a presentation at work, and I was nervous.
Really?
Yeah, and I speak English every single day, laughs. So it's not about the language. Sometimes it's just about the situation.
That's a really good point. So when someone is learning English and they feel shy, it's like it's actually two things happening at the same time, right? They're learning a new language and they're nervous about speaking.
Oh my goodness, yes. That's exactly what I was thinking. It's like double pressure.
Nods. So what do you think helps? Like, in your experience, what actually helps people feel less shy?
Okay, so the first thing that really helped me was I stopped thinking about how I looked or sounded. Like I was worried everyone was watching me and judging me.
That's a big one.
But then I realized most people don't care. Laughs. They're thinking about themselves. They're not thinking about my accent or if I make a mistake.
That's so true, though. That's like the secret that shy people need to know.
Right. And once I realized that, everything changed because I stopped being so hard on myself.
I think that's really valuable. So basically, you realize that people aren't judging you as much as you think they are.
Exactly. And even if they are, so what? Laughs. You're trying to communicate. That's brave. That's actually really brave.
You know what? I think that's the real key right there. Speaking a language that's not your first language is brave. You're putting yourself out there.
Totally. And I think the second thing that helped me was just practicing in low-pressure situations first.
Oh, that's smart. What do you mean?
So, I didn't jump into big conversations or anything. I practiced with close friends, people I trusted, people who wouldn't judge me.
Nods. That makes sense. It's like starting small.
Yes, I would practice ordering coffee, just a simple sentence. Can I have a coffee, please? Laughs, but I would say it out loud. I wouldn't just say it in my head.
Leans back. That's actually really important, saying it out loud. Because when you say words out loud, your brain connects to them differently.
Exactly. And also, you hear yourself. You realize, okay, I can do this. I can make sounds in English. Laughs. I like that. I can make sounds in English. That's funny, but it's true.
I know, but it's like when you're shy, you feel like every word you say has to be perfect, but it doesn't. It just has to come out. So let me ask you this. If someone is watching this right now and they're really, really shy about speaking English, what would you tell them to do first? Thinks for a moment.
I would say find one person you trust. Maybe a friend, maybe a family member, someone who speaks English or is also learning English, and just practice with them.
That's good.
And don't worry about being perfect, just worry about practicing.
I think that's really smart because perfectionism is like it's the enemy of learning.
Nods. Oh my God, yes. Perfectionism kills everything because you're so worried about making a mistake that you don't even try.
Right, and then you don't get the practice you need.
Exactly. And here's the thing. I think a lot of shy people are actually perfectionists without realizing it.
Nods. That's a really good observation.
Because they're thinking, if I can't say it perfectly, I shouldn't say it at all. But that's not how language works. Language is messy, it's not perfect.
Language is messy. I like that. That's true.
Laughs. Native speakers make mistakes all the time. They use wrong grammar, they say and they don't finish sentences.
Oh man, yeah, I do that like every day.
Laughs, right? So why would we expect English learners to be perfect?
We wouldn't. We shouldn't. So I think another thing that helps with shyness is knowing what you're going to say before you say it.
Oh, like preparation.
Yeah, like if you know you have to make a phone call or go to a store, you could practice what you're going to say first.
Nods. That's a really good tip, because when you have a plan, you feel more confident.
Exactly. You're not starting from zero. You already have some words ready.
And you can write them down if you need to.
Yes, there's nothing wrong with that. Like if you're going to the doctor, you could write down your symptoms before you go.
Or if you're going to make a phone call, you could write some notes about what you need to say.
Right. And then you can practice reading those notes out loud.
Smiles. See? So many strategies. People don't realize that being shy doesn't mean you can't speak English. It just means you need a different approach.
That's perfect. That's exactly right. So what about this? What if someone makes a mistake while they're speaking? What should they do?
Takes a sip of coffee. Oh, that's a great question, because that's what a lot of shy people are worried about. They're like, what if I say something wrong?
Yeah,
And honestly, just keep going. Laughs. Like you can stop and correct yourself if you want, but you don't have to.
that's so true. Most of the time, the other person knows what you mean anyway.
Exactly. And if you stop and say, oh, sorry, I made a mistake, you're just drawing more attention to it. Laughs.
Laughs. Yeah, you're highlighting it. Usually nobody noticed.
Laughs. Right. So I think the better thing to do is just keep speaking, keep the conversation going.
I like that. So it's like, don't stop, don't pause, just keep the energy going.
Yes. And if it's a really important word you got wrong, or if you really need to correct it, you can do that. But most of the time, just keep moving.
Nods. That's good advice. Okay, so I have another question. What if someone is shy in general? Like, they're not just shy about English, they're shy about everything.
That's a good question. I think the English part can actually help.
How so?
Because if you're learning English and you practice speaking even though you're scared, that's going to help your confidence in general.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, like you're building confidence in small steps, and eventually you realize that speaking isn't so scary.
Nods. So the English becomes like a practice ground.
Exactly. You're practicing bravery while you're learning a language.
Smiles. I like that a lot. That's really good. So let me ask, what about body language? Does that matter?
Oh, it definitely matters. Nods. When I was nervous, I would hunch over. I would look down at the ground.
Laughs. Yeah, I see that a lot with students.
And that made me feel more nervous, because your body language affects your confidence.
Right. So if you stand up straight and make eye contact, you actually feel more confident?
Yes, it's not like magic or anything, but it really does help. When you stand tall, you feel like you have permission to speak.
Nods. That makes sense, because you're not hiding.
Exactly. You're taking up space. You're saying, I'm here and I have something to say.
I like that. And I think that's especially important when you're shy, because shyness often comes with a feeling of wanting to disappear.
Oh, yeah, you want to be invisible.
But you can't learn a language if you're invisible.
Laughs. True. You have to be seen and heard.
So, like literally, standing up straight and making eye contact is part of the learning process.
Nods. It's part of building confidence, and honestly, people respond to that. When you look confident, people are nicer to you. They're more patient.
That's true.
Because they think, oh, this person is trying. This person is brave.
Nods. So it's like a cycle, right? You stand confident, people respond well, and then you feel more confident.
Yes, that's exactly it.
Okay, so we've talked about a lot of things. Let me kind of summarize what we've said. Counts on fingers. We've said that shyness is normal. We've said that perfectionism is not your friend.
Right.
We've said practice in small, safe situations first.
And with people you trust.
Exactly. We've talked about preparation, writing things down, practicing what you're going to say.
And not being afraid to make mistakes. Just keep going.
Right. And body language matters. Stand tall, make eye contact.
Smiles. And remember that people aren't judging you as much as you think they are.
Nods. That's a big one. That's probably the most important thing.
Because honestly, that's the biggest barrier for a lot of shy people. They think people are judging them, but usually people are just like, oh, cool, someone's speaking English.
Yeah, they're probably just impressed that you're trying.
Exactly.
You know, I think there's one more thing we should mention, and that's just be kind to yourself.
Nods. Oh, yes, that's important.
Because if you're shy and you're learning English, you're already doing something hard, so don't be mean to yourself about it.
Yeah, like don't say things like, I'm so stupid, I can't speak English. That's just not true.
And it doesn't help. It just makes you feel worse.
Right. So instead, you could say, I'm learning, I'm trying, I'm getting better every day.
Nods. That's much better. That's actually true.
And every time you speak English, even if it's just to order coffee or ask a question at the store, you're winning, you're doing it.
Smiles. I like that. Every time you speak, you're winning.
Laughs. Because it's hard. It takes courage.
It really does. And I think people don't give themselves enough credit for that.
No, they don't. We should celebrate it.
Raises coffee cup. To everyone learning English and feeling nervous about it.
Raises cup. To being brave even when we're scared.
I like that.
Laughs. Cheers.
They clink their coffee cups together. So I think if someone is watching this and they're thinking, okay, I'm shy, where do I start? What would you say?
I would say start today. Find one person you can practice with, even if it's just one sentence.
That's good.
And then do it again tomorrow. Build the habit. Build the confidence.
Nods. Slow and steady.
Yeah, you don't have to be perfect. You just have to try.
And you have to be nice to yourself while you're trying.
Smiles. Yes, that's the most important part.
Well, I think this has been really helpful. Thank you for sharing your experience.
Thank you. This was fun. And honestly, I think anyone who's struggling with this should know that they're not alone. So many people feel this way.
Nods. That's true. Shyness is not a character flaw. It's just part of being human.
And it's definitely not a reason to give up on speaking English.
Not at all. I think shy people can be amazing English speakers. They might just need to find their own way.
Smiles. I really like that. Your own way. Because everyone's journey is different.
Exactly. So if you're watching this and you're shy, know that it's okay. Know that there are strategies you can use. Know that you're brave for trying.
Looks at the camera. And reach out. Find a friend. Find a teacher. Find someone who can help you practice in a safe way.
That makes all the difference.
It really does.
Well, thanks for watching. We hope this was helpful.
And remember, you can do this. Even if you're shy, you can speak English.
One word at a time.
Smiles. One word at a time. I like that.